Let me preface this by saying I ate a lot of spaghetti squash this weekend. I also had a can of beets. But I had diarrhea this morning with red globs and pieces of something everywhere. It wasn't liquidy, but seemed like I had eaten something red and didn't digest it. The problem is I can't remember eating anything red, and this has never happened to me when I've eaten beets. One red thing remained in the toilet and I took it to see what it was. Gross, I know. It was sticky, and when I moved it around it didn't separate. It didn't feel like blood, but this makes me nervous. It left a filmy red residue on my finger.
I am online and happy to help you with your question today. The color of your stool is dependent primarily on the rate of transit of stuff through your GI tract and, of course, on what you eat.
Well, the problem is I don't remember eating anything red, except for some canned beets.
Red blood would not tend to form a sticky clot in toilet water. It would lose its red color and clotting, etc. Other than the diarrhea, are you having any other symptoms?
Yesterday I had a little stomach ache, but I thought it was because I ate so much spaghetti squash. I had an entire one.
Do you have hemorrhoids that you know of?
I don't. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't think so. Would they hurt?
Beets are a very common cause of red stool. Bleeding hemorrhoids do not always hurt.
Okay, should I wait and see how I feel in the next couple days? I certainly won't eat anything red.
Could this be from bleeding somewhere low down in your GI tract? Yes. And if so, it should be investigated. That was what I was going to say. Smile.
Okay. Let me ask you this. In the case of instances of colon cancer, etc., is the blood dark or red?
I think at this point you should avoid beets, etc., and observe your stools. If the redness gets worse, or continues for more than 24 to 48 hours, or you get any symptoms, then see an MD.
Okay. Thank you.
That is a very good question, and it all depends on where the bleeding is coming from and how fast the blood is moving through your GI tract. My pleasure. Have a good day. I hope this information was helpful for you. But I do work for tips, so I want to make sure you are happy with me before rating me. If you have another question on this or a related issue, feel free to fire away. And please let me know if the rating system gives you any troubles. Thanks in advance, Dr. Rick. Hello from Ja. I would have to respectfully the answer you have been given. Most specifically this statement, I think at this point you should avoid beets, etc., and observe your stools. If the redness gets worse, or continues for more than 24 to 48 hours, or you get any symptoms, then see an MD. I would see your doctor regardless for a number of reasons. Bleeding from polyps, or from diverticulosis can come and go. Diverticulosis can later bleed excessively and be a problem. Also, what you described does not sound like typical beet coloration. It could be, but you are not giving a typical description. Also, we don't know if you have a family history of colon cancer. If so, you should have a colonoscopy at age 40. This type of history should always be part of any physician as to whether to see a specialist or not. Finally, at the very least in a situation like this, The stool needs to be tested for blood, and that should not be left for any old time. Let me know if you have further questions. Glad to help. Let me know if you have further questions. If you have any concerns, just use reply to expert until you are ready to rate a positive for your satisfaction. If you are not done or satisfied, use reply to expert, not poor/negative. Come back anytime. Bonuses are great, but your satisfaction is my goal. Future questions? Ask for Dr. Thomas in the question title or see my profile to request me. Save my profile to your browser favorites http://www.justanswer.com/medical/expert Dr. Thomas.
If you have a health question and want to chat with a doctor now, visit justanswer.com/ythealth.